This video was brought to you by the ILC. Hello there, welcome to episode 53. In this episode, we're going to go over a few more properties of logarithms and rules about what you can and can't do to logarithms. Let's get started. Alright, our first problem is to simplify log base 2 of 1/8. This leads me directly into rule number 1. If you have a fraction inside the log, you can change that into a negative exponent. So this 1/8 on the inside, we can rewrite with a negative exponent. That's simply 8 to the negative first power, with a log base 2 still on the outside. This also leads me directly into rule number 2. If you have an exponent, you are allowed to take the exponent from the top and move it in front of the log. So let's take that -1 and move it down. So we'll have -1 times log base 2 of 8. Now we can simply solve the log like we did in the previous video. We have log base 2 of 8, meaning 2 raised to some power equals 8. Those of you who have some practice with the mental math might recognize that 2 raised to the third power is what would give you 8. So let's rewrite that as -1 times log base 2 of 2 to the third. Once again, you can take the 3 and move it down in front of all this, and rewrite it as 3 times -1 times log base 2 of 2, which leads me to rule 3. If you have log base 2 of 2, the result is simply 1. In fact, if you have any log base b, and you're taking it on the number b as your argument, the answer is simply 1. So common log of 10 is also 1, and natural log of e is also 1. So log base 2 of 2 cancels out and becomes 1, and your answer is 3 times -1, which is simply -3. And there's a fully simplified log. Let's move on to the next rules. Alright, our next problem is to combine these terms, log of a plus 3 log b minus 1/2 log c, into a single logarithm. To start combining these, let's use another rule. I'll call it rule 4. The numbers that are in the front can be moved into the exponent position, so that the 3 in front of the log b can move into the exponent, and this 1/2 next to the log c can move into the exponent. So we'll have log of a plus log of b to the third power minus log of c to the 1/2 power. Now that the exponents are Now that all the numbers have been moved into the exponents, we can combine them with another rule, rule 5. To merge the logarithms together, we're going to make a fraction. So we're going to have one big log term, and it will be a fraction. Any positive terms will occupy the top side. Any negative terms will occupy the bottom side. And if you have no bottom terms, then it's not really a fraction at all. You can simply leave the bottom as 1. However, in this case, we do have a negative term. We have negative log c to the 1/2. So we'll place c to the 1/2 on the bottom. The positive terms, the a here and the b to the 3rd here, will be placed on the top. And so now the 3 logs that we started with are combined into a single log. Now we'll go over the opposite case. In this problem, our job is to split the terms up into multiple logarithms and then try to simplify it. That leads us into Rule 6. The same logs that we merged previously can be resplit into multiple logs. So this fraction can be split into 3 logs. Any terms that are on the top will come out as positive terms. Any terms that are on the bottom will come out as negative terms. So let's go to our first term, e to the 3rd. It's going to be positive because it is on the top here. So our first term is ln of e to the 3rd. We have another positive term, y to the 4th. So we'll have ln of y to the 4th. And then we have a term on the bottom. It's going to be negative, ln of x to the negative 2. Now let's reuse one of the rules we've already used and bring the constants down into the front. All of the exponents will be moved to the left side. So we'll have 3 times ln of e plus 4 times ln of y minus negative 2 times ln of x. Now we have them split up, but let's go ahead and simplify them just to finish the problem. You might remember that ln and e are inverses, because ln is the same thing as log base e. So we have log base e of e right here. And as we said in the first slide, log base e of e, or any log with a base with an argument that matches the base, is simply 1. So this term, 3 times ln of e, is just 3 times 1. Now the next term, the 4 times ln of y, can't really be simplified. Not much we can do with that one. And for our last term, we have negative of negative 2, which is just positive 2 ln of x. And there we go. We have 3 times 1, which is just 3, plus 4 times ln of y, plus 2 times ln of x. So that's an introduction to many of the things you can do with logarithms. We'll see more of them as we progress in the episodes. As for now, thank you for watching, and we'll see you again soon.